what that lingo yesum, sole, sem, not totanji, chukiti, yeji, goshetanji, la nyangyo, yeni, la minangela, hilella, yone, yonder sanotons.
So in this way, with one's body, speech, mind, that in a proper position, and then just carrying through the practice of the Guru Yoga without having any conceptual thoughts or just not getting deluded, and sitting one's hand in the meditation position, and that way just if one have to concentrate into the practice.
So if
one started conceptualizing in one's mind, then there is the just administration of the mind kingdom, and then it causes lots of negative problems. So always try to cut through the past, present, future thoughts, and then try to abide in its nature. So even one's physical body is kind of in a meditation position, but if one's mind go on, creating thoughts and conceptualizing, then also it is does not benefit, because the mind is more important than the physical.
Then do that's and Roma the out some do monitor the sun this about
so then before there is two lama that one is known as the Duk Thamje Kempa, and the other is known as Dupa Kunlek. So then Dupa Kunlek is normally he just travel around and goes everywhere. And then one time this Duk Thamje Kempa, he told to Dupa Kunlek that now you just don't wander everywhere, just we both will just try to do some retreat and try to settle down.
Then the you then a dead at the Dupa Kunlek,
so then in that way they carried on their retreat individually.
Then do something, but that retreat matter around Dangama something, that's a low memotane. Then Sayam Pergu in a con Chiba Chidu, the Connegigan and Talit, Namar in a Marwo Dodger. But that day, don't they hear that day? That so
then this Dupa Thamje Kempa somehow that after completing the retreat, then thought to just go to city to just for the just baking food, and but somehow he has a horse, just he can ride the horse, but as based on their rank, and then the horse used to put a kind of just red kind of feather, but at that time it is not there. So then Dupa Thamje Kempa thought I should just go in the city and just to get that feather.
Then Dupa Kunlek Tamti Chimbe then go on the Hako years, 10 years.
And then Dupa Kunlek that who is in retreat, he just somehow that read the minds of Dupa Thamje Kempa.
Then Lansam do Tamti Chimba and Dupa Kunlek say.
And then Dupa Kunlek just went to see Duk Thamje Kempa.
Duk Thamje Kempa Atarong to say so, Mary. Send the day on the Karshi on Bakachan numbers.
And then Duk Thamje Kemba just told to Duba Gunle, actually we haven't just completed our retreat, why you are just coming here?
Duba can haha, said someone wrote Taji Dam Yoshi, no, you can do it. Then I retreat science at 10.
So then the Dubakunle told to Duba Thamje Kemba that you were just going into the city to get that horse kind of feather, and so I thought retreat is over.
Then it is saying now to send the relation in Dogiro.
So it is in a way that if one's mind, just started giving rise to thought, then it also just has its own, activity. And they are just, of course, they are the, just bodhisattvas that who have this kind of realization. Of course, they doesn't give rise to any afflictive emotions. Of course, we are not just equal to them, but still, not to wonder one's mind. Externally, as we just perceive, it is the same as a human being, but there, just enlightened mind is not the same thing.
Number 10, Tele Henji Charlie, did not do the Nanto Tronanda, Luke Shavashinanda, Tamkinanda, talking it in do you about it is.
So we somehow, whatever that thoughts we give rise to it, or even we verbalize or just any kind of action, it is just bound, or it is bound by the afflictive emotions, and have all this kind of grasping and clinging. And we mostly just only have impure things, and it is just very difficult to have just pure just perception, just like even 1%. Even we just carry through the generation stage of a deity. Also, in between that, all these kind of thoughts are just arising, and even we try to do some meditation, just during that actual meditation itself, still all these thoughts are just constantly just arising. So that is how our mind is.
No, do the truth, and Yona Cha, Yona Don, Yona Tonya, then they get into a matter of pension to such a.
So the moment any sort of thought arise, then naturally it will be just in form of like a attachment or aversion, or just in a kind of equanimity. So in the everyday lifetime, it is always important try to not to give rise to many thought, and try to just try to have the control over one's mind. So in the future, then even when one just carry through practices on like the shamatha meditation, or like Mahamudra or Dzogchen, at that time that one need to have a single pointed mind. If one mind is constantly giving rise to thought, then it does not really just help.
And run that choose wrong sendless or son of only send it send it demo data huge at the send it.
So normally, according to our just worldly life, that of course, we just think of, all this material wealth and job and work and so forth, our senses are more like, external. But when we are trying to apply for spiritual practices, then it is important to just turn your mind inward, or to examine your own mind, just what your mind is doing and how it is following according to the practice in that way. So this morning, then the texture second year, that stay, rest, all the practitioners can leave to carry through your practice.